This is my video reflection project. I'm calling it Make It or Break It by Taylor Simmons. So I chose to do my project focusing on semantic rules. So from the book, semantic rules definition is it reflects the ways in which users of a language assign meaning to a particular linguistic symbol, which is usually a word. So, semantic rules make communication possible. Without them, communication wouldn't exist. Each of us would start using symbols in different ways, and we wouldn't be sharing the meaning with each other. So, misunderstandings can arise when different meanings are attached to the same words. So, a semantic confusion example. An example that happened where semantics was misunderstood in my life was when I was talking to a friend just recently. This happened. So we're in a conversation and she starts saying, I just have so much work I have to do. A little background is that she just had started a new job at a physical therapy office, and we had been making jokes about it because it's not somewhere that she really wants to be. So I'm thinking she's talking about her job because she's saying work. And I'm like, oh, it'll get easier. You can just quit and find something new. And I'm laughing, trying to make light of the situation because that's what we've been doing. And her response, she's all, kind of angry and upset. And her facial expression doesn't look right. And I'm trying to figure out why. I had no idea. But little did I know, she was really talking about all the so-and-so work she had in going to do with her life. So she needed to, work on her relationship problems with her boyfriend. For me, I took the meaning of work literally when really she meant it figuratively. I guess I should have figured it out by her body language and her facial expressions, but she didn't exactly spell out what the issue was to me, and I immediately thought she was talking about her new job. So when I was laughing and telling her to quit, she took it completely different and kind of defensively. So in her mind, she's probably thinking maybe, oh, she should break boyfriend, just quit. But then again, if she thought from my perspective, I wouldn't have known she was having issues because she didn't tell me right away. She told me after the fact. So the only thing I was really thinking about was her new job. If I would have known the underlying meaning behind her use of the word work, I would have worded my response in a completely different manner and would have been more understanding and sympathetic to her situation. So this could have been avoided, and there are some ways that this can be avoided. So this example that happened with my friend is an equivocation example that falls under semantic rules. So the definition of this is sometimes we use equivocal language, which means there are ambiguous statements that can have more than one meaning. So in my situation, the word work really had a double meaning. For her, she was saying work to do, and in her mind it was work about her relationship problems, her life, underlying issues, and to me work to do was, I took it literally like actual work. So there were two different meanings and it became very confusing, and sometimes these equivocal misunderstandings can be embarrassing. This wasn't so embarrassing. So I think some useful approaches are to say what you mean and mean what you say. For example, if you're trying to sugarcoat words like work, you're beating around the bush kind of. This will lead to misunderstanding and can end up in a worse situation by sugarcoating words, just like what happened to me. It was kind of an awkward situation and I felt kind of bad at the end of it. So I think regardless of how much it may be awkward or painful to say, you should just say it. And maybe it might be better just to keep your opinions to yourself if you don't want like unsolicited advice or opinions that may come from somebody else. It might be good to keep in mind that sometimes the word is not the actual thing. So you should avoid guessing what's on other people's minds as well. That can help. And controlling your emotions before speaking, really gathering your thoughts, and consider the words being heard and weighing the evidence before reacting to them. So sitting back and maybe thinking about the person's situation might help, or even your own situation if you're the one talking and giving new meanings to words that's not what they mean. So we can probably try to increase our vocabulary and learn from others and realize what other meanings there might be out there for certain situations. This way we can know the ways words can be interpreted. It's really important to just have a clear picture of the situation to avoid misunderstandings.